On everyone. So the Lakers have a massive game today against the Phoenix Suns, and the Lakers absolutely have to win this. Anthony Davis, he loves to show up and play against Phoenix. He has dominated Phoenix over the years, and we need him to come out and play to that level. We need Anthony Davis to be monster Anthony Davis. He struggled a bit the last few games. Luckily, we beat the Magic. Austin Reeves turned into Michael Jordan, and we were able to squeeze out that win. That was huge. But now, again, we face the Phoenix Suns, and this is a huge must-needed win. Right now, we are currently still on a homestand that we need to protect home court. Teams aren't losing as much as we need them to. The Thunder have won some games. The Pelicans have won some games, and the Pelicans have a couple other easy games down this stretch. We got to do our part. We can't just rely on other teams to lose, right? It'll help. Like the Timberwolves, they have some tough games, tough stretches. We'll see what happens with Karl Anthony Towns. We'll see what happens with, Anthony Edwards. These are things that help the Lakers, but still, we have to still win. We've had countless opportunities to get the job done and just have failed to do so. We got the win against Orlando. We need to go on like a 3-game winning streak the rest of the way and go 4-1 on this homestand. We got to beat the Suns, got to beat the Thunder, got to beat the Bulls. And then hopefully once we go on that road trip, because then we have 5 straight road games against the Bulls, the Timberwolves, the Rockets, the Jazz, and the Clippers. We have to, although the Clippers technically is a home game, but get my point. We have to win those games, but luckily we will have very likely LeBron for most, if not all of those games. So that could really turn things around. But until LeBron gets back, we have to weather this storm. And right now, the Lakers are sitting in 11th, but they're half a game out of 9th, and they're only a game and a half out of 6th. So the Lakers are right there, and they have the opportunity in front of them. And later today, we have a couple matchups that are going to be huge, right? So for one, we have the Timberwolves playing the Atlanta Hawks. The Hawks, I think, can win that game, right? Especially without Karl Anthony Towns, especially without Anthony Edwards. If Atlanta can get that job done, that would be hugely beneficial because that would put the Timberwolves at 36-38. We'd be at 36-37. That puts us in front of the Timberwolves, right? And then also you have the Blazers playing the Jazz. Maybe the Blazers can get the win against the Jazz. The Jazz have been playing good basketball as of late, but you never know, right? You never know how things will shape up and if a team gets hot. We've seen the Blazers get hot. We've seen the Blazers shoot the lights out, especially against the Lakers. So that would be a nice win. And then also the game of the day really is outside of the Laker game, of course, is the Mavericks and Warriors, because whoever wins that game, or whoever loses that game, I should say, will be at 37 wins, or 37 losses, the same amount of losses as us, right? Right now, we are 35-37. If we win, that puts us 36-37, which if the Warriors win, that would put them at 37-37, so we'd be like half a game behind them. And then if the Mavericks lose, then we would be the same record. Although Mavericks, they have the tiebreaker now, so we got to get a full game ahead of them, which we can the rest of the way. The Mavericks definitely have some tough games still ahead. Still a lot of questions in regards to just Luka. When is he coming back? What's going to happen with him? But again, we cannot solely rely on the other teams to lose. Games like this, Mavs, Warriors, those are great, right? It's nice to have those kind of matchups. I kind of personally am leaning towards I want the Warriors to win that, to lose that game. I kind of want the Mavs to win that game because the Mavs very likely are going to win their next 3 games after that. And the Warriors still have a lot of road games, and they're not very good on the road. And I could see the Warriors slipping and ending up being under 500, where the Dallas Mavericks, they might end up being a couple games over 500, even if they lose this game. But, either one would greatly help. And again, the Lakers have to do their job. There's no DeAndre Ayton. So Anthony Davis already loves to feast. He loves to put up numbers against the Phoenix Suns. Well, we need him to do that. And on top of him doing that, he should have an easier time because now he doesn't have to worry about DeAndre Ayton and is going to be able to feast on just all the other guys, right? And Phoenix already lacks defense and they already lack depth. So they're missing Kevin Durant and DeAndre Ayton. This is a huge, huge opportunity for the Lakers. This is a game that the Lakers absolutely should win because they don't have anybody close that can match Anthony Davis's production as far as like front court wise now, right? Devin Booker, obviously, he's a special talent. He can put up some numbers, but that's backcourt. And we have D'Angelo Russell, we have Dennis Schroeder, we have Austin, the GOAT Reeves, all of that. Those guys we need to see step up and continue to play well. I think those guys can more than enough sort of match what Booker is going to give you. So Anthony Davis, I think, is going to be the factor of whether we win or lose this game. If Anthony Davis has a rough game, then I could see us losing this game. But if he comes out and he establishes himself, unless we're just crazy hot, right? I've said this numerous times. I don't care if Anthony Davis gives us 30 if we're just blowing them out. Right? So let's say we start the game out. Let's say D'Lo and Beasley are just shooting the lights out. Say we're up 25 at halftime or something like that. And Anthony Davis has like 4 points and 8 rebounds. I don't care at that point. Right? That's fine. But very likely, based on what we've seen the last few games, that's very likely not going to happen. I don't think we're going to just run the Phoenix Suns out the building. Although you can make an argument we should. Again, no Kevin Durant, no DeAndre Ayton. It's basically Chris Paul and Devin Booker, and then no depth and no defense. We should be able to run these guys out the building. But realistically, I don't expect that to happen. And realistically, I think Anthony Davis is going to have a real Anthony Davis level game. I think he's going to have to be that MVP level today. And if he is, I do believe we get this win. I do believe we win this game. And then it's on to the next one. We got to take it a game at a time. We got to win a game at a time. And I do think that we can do that. But anyway, I just, in general, need the Lakers to really push hard. You know, we got to stop these slow starts. We got to stop this sort of, lackadaisicalness at times. Us just not really... It just seems like at times like we're not fully invested, right? And Darvin Ham and Anthony Davis and everybody has said that they are fully invested, that they understand what's at stake, that they are bought in, that they know, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, if you are and that's true, then you need to start putting yourselves in position to prove that. We need to stop having these like tight where it just feels like any moment we're going to lose. Like we need to get back to more controlled games, which we've shown we can. I mean, before this last like 5-game stretch or whatever, the Lakers were like 8-2 and they were looking really good. Things were great. Everything was clicking. That was without LeBron at times. That was out without D'Angelo Russell. That was without even Anthony Davis in moments. So we know this team is there. We know that this team is capable of doing that. We've seen them do that. You don't have a top 10 offense and, number 1 defense unless you have the talent and the players and the personnel and all the things to do so. But guys got to step up and play to that level. This should be an easy game. I don't mean like easy in the sense of like, playing what should have been the Rockets, an easy game. I don't mean like that or the Spurs where it's like, okay, we're up 40 at halftime. Or I guess the Pelicans in that case. But, I don't think it's going to be that level of easy. But this is a game that we should win and control start to finish. This is a game that I believe absolutely we should be able to pressure them, put a ton of pressure on them, put Jared Vanderbilt on Booker if you have to, right? Whatever it takes. Do what you have to do. Guys are going to have to step up. Guys are going to have to play big. We're going to need to really control this game. We need our guys, Troy Brown Jr., he's got to step up. Rui, he's got to continue to step up. He's played better as of late. Dennis Schroeder. I mean, Chris Paul isn't guarding D'Angelo Russell. Chris Paul isn't guarding Dennis Schroeder. Like, we need to feast. We need to feast on these guys. They have no front court that is going to be able to stop us. Their backcourt should not be able to stop us. This should be a game where we're able to put up numbers and we have a better defense. So I expect the Lakers to win this game. I expect them to pull this game out, and we need this game. Again, any given night, anything can happen. Phoenix does have guys that can get hot and shoot the lights out. We need to make sure that doesn't happen. We need to get out, establish ourselves early, put some pressure on these guys, get to an early lead, and just weather the storm from there. I would love to, after this Suns game, AD doesn't play the fourth quarter, or Anthony Davis, only has to give us 20 and 10. And it's like, oh yeah, he didn't have to really do anything else. I'm surprised he even had to give us 20, that's the kind of game that I want when this game is over. I want to feel like, okay, this was the win that we needed, right? And start building some more confidence, get a couple wins, and then go into that OKC game, because OKC, they're playing really good basketball right now. They're winning games, but even OKC, that is a very winnable game. They will have 3 games in 4 nights. They played the Clippers yesterday, which they beat the Clippers. Then they have a day off, and then they play the Clippers tomorrow, and then the Lakers the day after on Friday. There's no reason we shouldn't beat the Thunder. So we got to get this done. We got to get this win. We got to get that Thunder win. And then next up would be the Bulls. I think we can beat the Bulls. Maybe we even get lucky and LeBron will be back for that game. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Think we win this game? Think we don't? Do you think we have a good shot? Do you think we don't? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments.